Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This meeting is called to order for the City of Lawrence Board of Public Works and Safety. Let the record reflect we do have a quorum to conduct tonight's meeting. First item on the agenda is the minutes of the regular meeting of August 11th, 2016. I'll entertain a motion to approve.
I move that we approve the minutes.
I will second. Do you have any questions or comments? City Legal, any comments?
No comments.
Okay. All those in favor, please indicate by raising your right hand. Unanimous, thank you. Under unfinished business, there is none. Moving on to new business. Item A, opening of the responses of RFQ for fuel delivery services. Mr. Anthony?
Good evening, Bill Anthony.
Good evening.
Lawrence Public Works Director. We had our fuel responses. We sent out a notice for request for fuel quotes on August 15th, giving them until today at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to provide their responses. Several addendums went out, one on the 23rd, one on the 24th, and one this morning. So we did send them out to the following vendors: Co-Alliance LLP, Petroleum Traders Corporation,
Co-Alliance, LLC,
LLP,
I'm sorry.
Petroleum Traders Corporation, North Central Co-op, Lycans Energy Solutions, and Ports Petroleum. All 5 vendors did submit fuel quotes, which I will read to you now.
Let me verify that she has those 5 vendors on her notes, if you would, please.
Yep.
Co-Alliance LLP, Petroleum Traders, North Central Co-op, Lycans, and I didn't get that.
Lycans Energy Solutions.
And Ports Petroleum.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Good? All set? Thank you.
Okay. So we had specifications attached to the fuel quote asking for top-tier gasoline for our unleaded, certain specifications which I won't bore you with for our diesel. Mr. Lotz covered those last.
Yeah, he did. He made statements on that, yes.
Yeah. So the first quote that I'll read is from Co-Alliance LLP.
Okay.
For unleaded fuel services, their quote was $1.51 for 1.514 per gallon. I think that's the easiest way to read gas
Okay.
prices. Delivery of diesel fuel is 1.72 per gallon.
Even?
Yes,
Okay.
and that was it for Co-Alliance.
Petroleum Traders?
Yeah, let me find them here. Petroleum Traders submitted 2 options, so we'll have to review what exactly the difference was, but there are different prices for each option that they sent.
Alternate pricing, I assume, of some type? Okay.
Yeah. So we'll call this option A. They quoted 1.6026 per gallon for unleaded. 6026.
Okay.
For diesel, it was 1.8036 per gallon.
And this is option A?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Still option A?
Yes,
Correct.
sir. Or yes, ma'am.
Okay.
sorry. And then we'll just call this one option B.
Okay.
And their quote was as follows: 1.6126 per gallon for unleaded.
So that's the same as option A?
It's 1 cent more.
Yeah.
1 point, oh, okay, yeah.
Or,
I s-
well, it's
A tenth of a percent, or a tenth of-
whatever
tenth of-
it is,
yeah, okay.
A tenth of a cent.
Something, yeah.
And then 1.8036 per gallon for diesel fuel.
Okay. Any particular, I don't, without going into great detail, why did they give us 2 options on that?
And that is what I'm gonna have to go through.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's right, you just said that, I
Yeah, I'm trying to
apologize.
find out. We'll have to do that in the scoring process and
Okay.
review process to see. My guess is they changed some of our specifications or wanted to make an exception to what we had designed.
Okay,
But I don't know that for sure.
okay. North Central?
North Central Co-op, for unleaded fuel, they quoted 1.667 per gallon.
Okay,
And for diesel, they quoted 1.745 per gallon.
okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Lycans?
Lycans Energy Solutions, for unleaded fuel, they quoted 1.6398 per gallon.
All right,
And then for diesel fuel, they quoted 1.9644 per gallon.
okay.
And they also noted on their quote that prices will fluctuate until locked. So, and we had asked for a fixed price for at least 24 hours.
So they're not giving any guarantees on that pricing then until we settle a
Right,
deal?
because, again, this is something that we've learned recently.
Yeah.
With the volatility of the petroleum market, one day it's down here, next day it could be
Right.
up here. So,
But Co-Alliance and Petroleum Traders, those two are guaranteed on those numbers, is that correct?
that's the way they've presented them to us,
Okay.
yes, sir.
All right. Then Port?
Quartz Petroleum noted a few exceptions on their cover page. They are our current vendor, so they said that they will supply the same quality as in the past. Their cetane, we had asked for 50 cetane. They said, they guarantee it will meet or exceed the ASTM standards.
Okay.
Which there is no guarantee that it's gonna be 50 cetane. They also said that the gasoline, we had asked for a top-tier gasoline.
Right.
And they said the gasoline may not be designated top-tier, but it will meet federal, state, and ASTM standards.
And I think going back to what Mr. Lott said the last time we spoke, that was part of the motivator behind getting a new fuel service provider, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And
So-
unleaded?
Yeah, their unleaded fuel price was 1.5832 per gallon.
Mm-hmm.
And then diesel was 1.7248 per gallon.
Okay. In your scoring system, does it require any action from this board, a recommendation from this board, or how do we proceed from this point?
From what I understand, we will go back and score them, and then we'll bring who our recommendation is to the board.
Okay,
And correct me if I'm wrong, legal counsel, but.
No, that's correct.
And then you all would sign the accepted bid, and then we would enter into contract negotiations.
Mhm.
And then with the goal being that we'd have a contract before you at our next meeting.
so you anticipate that in 2 weeks?
I anticipate what I would like to see, if you look down the agenda, we are going to go back and do the best that we can to have these reviewed between now and the end of the meeting.
Okay, better hurry.
Yeah, we will hurry, and we'll come back and
Okay.
make our recommendation and.
Very good.
the board vote, or
I didn't,
board vote.
I didn't notice that on the agenda.
On
so-
petroleum traders for option A, the first one was 1.6026.
6.
Would it be possible to put that in some kind of a sheet for me tomorrow for the minutes? Okay, thank you.
I'll be happy to send you
Okay, I'll get,
our scoring sheet with the prices and all the information about each vendor.
I think I got them all right, but I want to make sure.
Okay. Is that it for now?
That's it for the fuel.
Okay.
I think I have the next item as well.
Okay, we'll move on to, calling for no action from this board at this time. We'll move on to item B, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. Item B is opening of responses for RFQ for purchase of one snowplow truck.
So, much like our fuel bid, we sent out an an official request for quotes on August 15th,
Mm-hmm.
asking for responses back by today at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. An addendum was issued on August 19th, clarifying some of the specifications that we had designed for the plow trucks.
Okay.
The 4 vendors in which we sent the quotes to are as follows. Mid-State Truck Equipment,
Okay.
Palmer Trucks,
All right.
Stoops Freightliner,
Okay.
and Rush Truck Center, Indianapolis.
Rush?
Yeah, Rush.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay. Okay.
Of those vendors, we received 2 responses.
4 vendors got the packet, so.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. And all of these were mailed, the initial request for quotes via United States First Class Mail.
Okay.
Addendums were emailed, where we had email contact information.
Okay. Go ahead and proceed with the 2.
Okay, so we'll start with Rush Truck Centers.
Okay.
They actually provided alternates. The difference being in quote, we'll call it quote A.
Okay.
It has a complete upfit from our fabrication shop. So the in-house fab shop.
Okay, what, for those of us who are dumb to that, what does that mean exactly?
That means, we get the chassis, you get the cab, and then you build everything else. The dump body, you attach the snow plow, you attach the V-box spreader, the saddle pre-wet tanks.
Okay.
Any additional lights, all the gadgets inside them.
Okay. And that's the alternate, I assume? Or is that one of 2 different quotes that they gave us? Is
That
it?
is one of 2.
Okay.
So that particular quote, again, we'll call it option A.
Okay.
And let me back up for 1 second. So what we had asked for was the quote of the truck, the quote of the dump body, the quote of the snow plow, and the quote of the V-box spreader. We also had asked for the expected days from the date of award to which they can deliver it. Because of the age of the city's existing fleet, we're going to take that into account in who we award this to.
So it sounds as though you were asking for an à la carte quote for the most part, so you can pick and choose what you want to do in-house, what you want them to do. Is that correct?
We're asking them for a complete plow truck.
Okay.
When they roll it off into our lot, we don't want to have to do anything except hop in, turn the ignition and go.
Okay.
As part of that, one of our older plow trucks, we also asked for a trade-in value
Mhm.
to try to minimize some of the cost on a new truck.
Okay.
All right? So for option A, the complete price quoted was $139,368. The offered trade-in value of our truck, $3,500.
Okay.
Our net price, $135,868.
868.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then option B.
Option B, complete price, option B, same cab, same chassis, except it comes with an upfit package from Mid-State Truck Equipment, so an outside vendor.
Right. Out of
Right.
Crawfordsville. Yeah, I know where they're.
Complete price quoted, $138,873.
Okay.
Trade-in value, $3,500.
Same. Okay.
Net price, $135,373.
I misspoke. Mid-States is up in Fishers, aren't they? Right at 101st and Allison.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
actually, on Nelson.
I know what you're talking about. Okay. So that was Rush Truck Center?
Yep.
Okay. And who's the next one?
Next quote came from Stoops Freightliner.
Okay.
This one's gonna be a little more difficult to read. So they provided 4 different quotes, and we'll have to delve into them when we're reviewing them to see if they meet what we were asking for.
Okay.
One of the primary differences that I see are that they changed the chassis type that they were offering, so one's cheaper than the other.
I see.
Okay. So, I mean, I guess we'll go with option 1, we'll call it,
One
or
of-
option A, whatever you prefer.
One of 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
They quoted, I'll just give you the complete price, $139,245
Okay.
with a $3,500 trade-in.
Net cost?
Uh,
1/3. What's that?
1 second.
Because I'm using this.
I have a law degree, not a math.
Oh, okay. Well, it's new math anyway, so that's okay.
$135,745.
Okay. And that's option 1. Okay, option 2, please.
Okay, let me add this up.
I won't put you on the spot again, I promise.
Be here all night.
And can you email this to me tomorrow too, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Complete price, $149,583.
Okay.
Less trade-in value at $3,500 for a net price of $146,083.
All right.
Option 3,
Option 3. Is this the option where I get to go push snow in this new truck? No? Dave, come on. I can't anymore, it's too small.
all right. Net price, or I'm sorry, not net price, complete price, $147,728.
728,
Yes, sir.
okay.
3,500 trade-in value.
Uh-huh.
Net price, $144,228.
And when you're ready, option 4.
Complete price, $137,390. Trade-in quote, $3,500, net price, $133,890.
Okay.
And if, I don't know if you're interested or not, but the estimated number of days for delivery, basically on all of these quotes, was around 120 to 150 days.
Calendar days or
Yeah,
business days?
they have calendar days.
That's gonna put us right at snow season, isn't it? Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. All right. And you say you're gonna be prepared to make a presentation on this in 2 weeks, do you think?
Yes, given the timeframes and the turnaround time for giving us a complete unit, yeah, I think it would be good of us to be ready in 2
Okay.
weeks to approve or accept one of the quotes.
September 8th.
Okay. Well, thank you, sir. I think we'll go ahead and excuse you guys so you can go work on the quote for the fuel delivery if you'd like, and then we'll see you shortly.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Next item under new business is Resolution Number 4, 2016, approving the loan agreement between the Lawrence Fire Department and Indianapolis Fire Department. Chief, is there anything you'd like to offer on this, sir?
There's just a couple things we're waiting through the controller's office on some insurance issues. Other than that, just do something for that, right?
So is there no action required on this tonight?
It is something that we need.
Mhm.
The only concern I have is what our liability is on the borrowed vehicle. And so we have been back and forth with our insurance provider. So what the chief and I discussed this afternoon is if we could get this approved subject to that final insurance clarification, because I do believe you have a potential need, under this agreement to, borrow equipment.
Okay.
And the
Chief?
problem with this, the time's a problem with it because we've got an engine that's possibly getting ready to go down again.
Mhm.
We have one that was wrecked that's sitting in Wisconsin. And so the other alternative to that is to leave that district totally unprotected.
Okay.
Fire suppression. So, there was just a question on as far as liability on the insurance end. And like I said, we'll work with the controller's office to try to get a clarification. Other than that, it's been through legal already, and other than that, Jason's approved it except for that. I think that would be question.
Okay. If you guys can hang tight for 1 second, please. At this point, I'll entertain a motion to approve Resolution 4, 2016.
I move that we approve.
I'll second it,
Pending approval,
pending approval of the insurance claim as you discussed in your statement.
I did have a question, maybe two.
And now we will go to questions. How about that? Go ahead.
It didn't state, so we're just approving the contract as, I guess, how do you say it, as a contract, because there's nothing in it that I recall that states the equipment that we're borrowing. So are those things that then will come before us and the amounts,
No,
or?
here's what happens. In fact, Mara also asked me those questions. It could be one ladder today, it could be an engine tomorrow, it could be a different ladder. So we couldn't specify the equipment because it's going to vary. It's not going to be the same piece of equipment. So to put a VIN number or like an engine or ladder number is not going to, because if we did that, then every time we do that, we'd have to come back to this. So they more or left it where it was open, so no matter what we borrow, would fall underneath that contract. It would only be like a ladder truck or an engine. But the main, like I said, the main concerns right now, the city doesn't want to get, because Indianapolis, we found out is self-insured, so we're just trying to make sure that if something does happen, the city isn't liable for some great big expense. But that's why it's not specified like an engine, and this is, the number of it, or the make or anything. We can't put that in there because we don't know what they're going to give us to borrow.
So it's just borrowing then too, there's not an expense to this usually? No, okay. I see.
I'm sure we're responsible to maintain it while we're using it, are we not?
Yeah, and I think there's something there, if we have it for like a long duration, if plates come due or something, but they're not charging us to let us, to borrow that equipment.
Okay.
Okay.
They just want something in place where something happens to it. And most of that contract, I think not most of it, but a lot of it, if our firefighters get hurt, we fall underneath our workman's comp anyway, not
Right.
any fault of theirs.
Typically, the insurance follows the vehicle instead of the people in it in a lot of cases, so, okay.
I think Chief, you mentioned that this is a agreement we've had in the past as well.
Not anything in writing. We borrowed equipment and didn't really have an agreement, so this is, with this administration, it's good that they're investigating this stuff because we were kind of in the dark on some of these issues and, some of the stuff I think in the past we take for granted, but Donnie's helped us a lot with some research with our insurance company and, we're going to check to see if maybe we can get a rider on there
Mhm.
on the day we borrow it to the day we give it back, or something along that nature.
Yeah.
But, we were clear, especially like Indianapolis being self-insured, we don't want to get stuck with some big bill.
Well, and you touched on a good point. I know we borrowed trucks from Buck Creek. I know we borrowed them from Pike. I don't know if this particular resolution covers everyone or if it's just Indianapolis. I haven't,
This one here is the only department that has asked us to do something in a written agreement.
I see.
But it has given us the opportunity, kind of a wake-up about checking with Buck Creek, Pike, and Speedway, because we borrowed equipment from those entities.
Correct.
Now it's going to help us look forward to make sure that our insurance is in line with
Yeah.
all those departments also.
Little off topic, do any of these departments borrow our equipment at all?
No,
Okay,
we haven't been in a position to loan out. That may change in the future, but.
Sure.
I think in the past, we've maybe loaned an ambulance out or something, but it's few and far between that we are the person that's loaning the stuff out, usually we're borrowing.
understood.
So we don't have, and also too, is there an issue, or I don't know how it works, but as far as like loss of use, so if we were to have, say, a ladder truck and something happened to it and it's out of commission, is there a loss of use type?
Well, we did, the previous controller, not previous, when Oscar Gutierrez was here, he had called me one day and just asked me a question, because on our policy, we were paying quite a bit of money for replacements. There's not really any places that you can go, like rent an ambulance or a fire truck, but that was on all our policies. So he got that stock, we were really paying for something that didn't really make any sense. So he caught that in the policy, but no, we don't, it's a little bit different in vehicles, because I don't know many places that just arbitrarily will rent a fire truck or an ambulance.
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there may be, but I'm not aware of any.
All right. Well, I have a first and second on the floor. City Council, any comments, questions, concerns?
From the city attorney or?
Yeah, all right, yeah.
Yeah, no
Council,
comments.
My bad. Okay. No further comments, no questions. I have first and second. All those in favor of approving Resolution 4 pending the insurance clarification, please raise your right hand. Unanimous. Thank you, gentlemen. Next item on the agenda is item D, appeal of fine by Riley Signs. Renee?
Okay, do you want to hear from Riley Signs first, or do you want to hear from me first?
Up to you, however you want to do it.
I'll
Right,
let him go first.
yeah, please. If you would, for the record, please state your name.
Doug Tappan, Riley Sons. This is Ted Riley.
Ted Riley with Riley Signs.
Okay. Guys, if you would, I have before me a packet of various historical information from your permit applications, your licensure. Kind of catch me up to speed real quick, kind of how we progressed to this point back from 2014 when your license lapsed till now.
Oh, this is not about license.
Well, I understand that, but this is giving me historical data, and part of my judgment is based on experiences within the city, and you've done work in the city before,
Yeah, I did
correct?
work back in 2014
Okay,
with the city, and then, just had a run where wasn't any work going on for us here in Lawrence, so.
okay,
And my license at the time, I didn't realize it lapsed, so
okay,
that's kind of what happened with that. Just not, any work here in Lawrence.
understood.
So that's, until up to this day.
So what is the motive behind the appeal?
Basically, we had thought that the sign work was going to be a face replacement because it was on the same poles as the previous sign that was small,
Mhm.
thinking that would preclude it with a face replacement. We later found out that even a face replacement in Lawrence needs a permit, which we didn't know. So we stopped work, explained they sent us to Indianapolis
Mhm.
to get a permit. Down there, they weren't real clear on whether it was a face replacement or not, but they decided it was a new sign. So that's how the new sign permit came around.
Okay.
The fine, as I understand it, is given to us because we should have known that a face replacement needed a permit, which in Indianapolis it doesn't. So
Okay.
we were caught off guard by that.
Okay, can you,
So we're thinking that $1,000 fine for a rental is a little excessive.
can you describe for the audience and for anyone watching this on television, define what a face replacement is? Not all of us are in the sign business, so help us understand, if you would, what defines a face?
You have an existing sign, say a 4x8,
Mm-hmm.
and you're moving in, and you change your name or however it works. You slide it out, slide in the new name,
Okay.
and it's done.
So just as it sounds, it's the face of the sign is being replaced, and that's it? Okay. Okay. Tracy, do you have any questions?
Yeah, do you guys have any knowledge of the Are you just asked to put the sign up? Did you make the sign? Do you order the sign? So you ordered the sign, right? Okay. So you knew it wasn't exactly then what was going, like what you're saying, this wasn't a slide in, slide out type deal, right?
No, but it was going on the same poles.
Okay.
Existing poles that were there,
Okay,
where we had taken down a decrepit looking sign that was.
Sure.
rusting and white.
okay, okay.
Okay. Renee, I'm going to have you come up and let me hear the city's position on this, please.
Good evening, members of the board. My name is Renee Rathlin. I'm the Senior Executive Assistant for the Department of Public Works. I'm here to speak on behalf of the city in the matter of the request from Riley Signs to waive the fines issued by our department. On August the 1st of 2016, one of our inspectors, Ralph Bridgeport, issued a stop work order to Riley Signs for work they were performing at 9702 Pelham Pike, Fun Time Campers, without the appropriate permits. As you can see by the pictures included in the packet distributed prior to the meeting, pages 6 and 7, the old sign had already been removed when we arrived on scene. You can also see in those pictures the obvious difference in the size of the old sign compared to the new one. Riley Sign claims the work they were doing was a sign reface and that they were not aware that a sign reface required a permit. However, this was not a sign reface. A sign reface simply replaces a panel and a sign within an existing frame. I provided a copy of the original permit from Marion County, pages 1, 2, and 3, and highlighted the dimensions of that original sign on page 2. Page 4 in your packet is the permit obtained on August the 15th of 2016 from Marion County showing the dimensions of the new sign. Clearly, there's a difference. While Marion County does not require a permit for a sign reface, the city of Lawrence does and always has, which is referenced in our city ordinance and also on the back of every sign permit application, which is on our website, available in the lobby area here at the city building, and easily accessible. Riley Signs does have a current license in Lawrence that they obtained on June the 10th of this year. Prior to that, they held a license here from March 21st, 2012 to March 20th of 2014. They allowed their license to lapse from March 20th of 2014 until they renewed on June the 10th of 16. Their history shows that they've obtained 2 other permits in the city of Lawrence, one in 2012 for Indiana Mattress, and the other for Lawrence Auto on the same day they applied for their license this year. They have submitted the application for the Fun Time Campers permit, but as of today, they have not paid for it pending this board's decision on the fine. Based on this information, the Department of Public Works respectfully requests that the board sustain the fines imposed against this contractor. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them.
Let me back you up just a little bit. You say they have not paid what, the fees for the permit?
For the Fun Time Campers permit.
Okay,
The permit itself, they applied for on August the 2nd, the day after they were stopped.
right.
The permit is $809. City ordinance, I can give you the code number, 2-1-1-28B2 calls for a fine of up to $1,000 and 5 times the amount of the permit. So it would technically be a $1,500 and some dollar fine, but our ordinance only allows $1,000.
Right. Okay.
So they have to, they needed to get a permit from Indianapolis as well as?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am. The dimensions of the sign changed. Indianapolis's ordinance, Marion County's ordinance, which is ordinance 70-01-A-3-M, requires that anytime the dimensions of a sign change, a new ILP is issued, whether it goes up in size or down in size.
okay.
And that's not part of their new ordinance that just went into effect on April 1st. I've been here almost 18 years, that's always been the ordinance. And ours haven't changed in all those years either.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Gentlemen, would you come up to the podium again, please? The reason I was asking earlier about your historic value of working in Lawrence is you guys are both familiar that Lawrence is an excluded city and we do have our own governing body. Is that correct? Okay.
But most of the sign rules are the same.
Most of them are, but we are still our own entity, and if you have done work in Marion County, and I as a general contractor know to go to the 4 excluded cities within the Marion County district to check and make sure we need permits with them as well. That's
Well,
a standard issue.
And as I stated, that was our mistake.
Okay. Where do we stand on the placement of the sign at this point?
It's on hold right now as far as, all we do is pay the 309 and whatever the fine is going to be, and then proceed with finish.
Okay. I'll ask my fellow board member, do you have any recommendations?
No.
That said, it's pretty cut and dry, guys. The way you described a sign facing to slide a panel out, slide a new one in, this does not fall in that category whatsoever. This is dismantling everything but the posts and putting a brand-new sign up. And anytime you construct something new short of the post, the only reason you wouldn't take them out is because of variance rights. That requires a permit. And at this point, I'm going to make the motion to uphold all fees requested by the Board of Works. I'll entertain a motion.
I move
Okay.
that we uphold.
Excuse me, $1,000 fine. All those in favor, please indicate by raising your right hand. Unanimous. Sorry, guys. Next item on the agenda is item E, approval of the contract of Shrewsbury and Associates LLC for creation of bid package for certain road resurfacing projects.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
So I just kind of want to update you. Last meeting, we had presented the 14 projects or grant applications we had submitted.
Yeah.
For, under the Community Crossings Matching Grant Fund. We were just notified 2 days ago, in fact, we did receive the full $1 million in match funds.
Congratulations.
So we are prepared to move forward on those 14 contracts, or 14 projects.
Projects,
Yeah.
right, sure.
As you may remember, USI Consultants prepared our bid documents for the first 5, so
Right.
that leaves the other 9. We're asking this board to approve a contract with Shrewsbury to put together the request for bid documents on the other 9 projects remaining. Total cost of the contract is $14,980.
Is there any particular reason we're not sticking with USI and we're going with Shrewsbury? Is there a conflict of any kind, or?
There is no conflict. It's a desire to work with as many different people as we can, new ideas, et cetera.
Not keep all your eggs in one basket?
Exactly.
Got it. Okay. Do you have any comments or questions?
I do not.
Okay. At this time, I'll entertain a motion to approve item E, contract with Shrewsbury and Associates LLC.
I move that we approve.
Okay, I'll
Contract.
second. Any comments?
No comments?
Okay. Sorry, I keep forgetting you're over there.
Oh, no, it's okay,
Okay.
thanks.
All those in favor of approval of item E, approval of contract with Shrewsbury and Associates, please raise your right hand. Unanimous? Thank you, sir. Oh, no, you're not going anywhere. You're up. Item F, acceptance of the quote for fuel delivery services.
So we went back and we scored the quotes on this. We used a few different criteria. The first criteria that we used was the quote provided responsive to the request? Second criteria was the vendor's capability to provide the city with the requested service and/or the product. And then we asked, did vendor provide the price quote as requested? and we just used a simple scoring mechanism, one point for no, 2 points for yes. After reviewing the quotes that were provided, and we also took into account the price, obviously.
Sure.
After reviewing the quotes that were provided, the one that had the lowest price and the highest score amongst that criteria was Co-Alliance.
Mhm.
So we would ask this board to accept their quote or proposal, and so that we could begin contract negotiations for fuel delivery services from Co-Alliance LLP.
Okay. Mr. Lotz, are you comfortable with this?
Yep.
Okay. All right, I'll entertain a motion of the approval of the acceptance of the quote for fuel delivery services for Co-Alliance.
I move that we accept the quote for Co-Alliance.
Any comments from legal?
No comment.
Okay. No further comments or questions. All those in favor, please indicate by raising your right hand. Unanimous. Thank you, gentlemen. Good work. Next item on the agenda is comments of the administration. Mr. Fenwick, do you have anything, sir?
No comments.
You're way back there. I can barely see you.
They're further back.
Oh, there it is. Okay, got it. Next item is citizens' comments. Is there anyone here that wishes to speak? Linda? Nothing? Man, all right. All right, no further comments or questions. Motion to adjourn.
I move that we adjourn.
All those in favor? We are adjourned. Thank you, guys.